It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield-Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Good morning to you on Tuesday. Another brisk morning out there.
Woo. I don't like it.
I don't either. I'll tell you more about that coming up a little bit later, my views on this. But first, we're going to start out with some news, as we do, and then we'll get to the banter. How about that? Is that all right?
I think it'll work.
Okay. That's the format, so I'm going to stick to it. This morning, the Missouri Supreme Court is hearing oral arguments about whether a proposed constitutional amendment to legalize abortion should be on the November ballot. Time for decision is short. Today is actually the day that ballots are supposed to be printed for absentee voters in the November election. So, I don't know. Stay tuned about whether the proposed amendment will make it to the ballot. News could come at any time today, honestly.
I know. I was going to say, we don't know at what time that decision is supposed to come down. So, we'll see. Yeah.
And then if there are dominoes that have to fall into the background of this decision. So, stay tuned. Stay tuned. The Ozark School District, meanwhile, just received nearly $800,000 in grant money to pay for tuition of more than 100 preschool students. Families of 4-year-olds in Ozark can qualify for free tuition regardless of income, which is something. The grant comes just weeks after another grant to Ozark of $100,000 will add 2 additional preschool classrooms. So Ozark knows where that grant money is. They're doing a good job.
Right. Extreme Exteriors Roofing and Siding LLC is growing. The Nixa company will break ground on Wednesday for a new headquarters building on West Mount Vernon and Nicholas Streets. It'll have a showroom and interactive display among some other cool amenities. It's going to be big and nice. Extreme Exteriors already has locations in Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Kansas. They have plans to expand into Sikeston, Missouri, and Mountain Home, Arkansas, and apparently just killing it over there at Extreme Exteriors Roofing and Siding. So, good job. Good job
for them. That's
business
great.
People. Yes. All right. It's getting more expensive to live in Springfield, but hey, comparatively, we're still doing pretty well compared to the rest of the country. Yeah. An index score of 100 is the national average, but the lower the score, the better. Okay. So if 100 is the barometer, the national average, Springfield's second quarter index was at 87, but that's up from 86.1 during the same time period last year. So again, it has risen, which is going in the wrong direction. Our housing score, though, specifically, because they take lots of factors into consideration, housing here is still among the best in the nation as far as bang for your buck goes.
Okay. That's why we can never move from here. Everybody from more
That's not true.
Places.
We could move here. We could move from here.
What I'm saying is, in general, people from other places move here and they can become the king of Springfield. But it's harder for us to move somewhere else and make the money work.
Yes, but we do not live or move or stay put based on money.
Okay.
It's not how we operate. I know that you're the one who keeps the books. I'm just letting you know.
It is a factor. So that's the reality that is on my half of the screen. If you're curious about UFOs, and boy, these days, who isn't? Because
I'm not really that curious about UFOs. I got to be honest with you.
Really, so much has come out in the last I don't know, 10 years. It seems like video, just weird stuff. Anyway, I'm speaking to everyone but Sarah, apparently.
No, I mean, you're right. What I'm more curious about, if I can just sidetrack for a moment, is the I'm going to say it wrong because now I can't think what they're called, but it's like the prism things, the towers that are like being found in deserts, in like desert arid areas. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's a practical joke of some sort, I'm sure.
But is it like, how do they put them there so fast and like get them to stand up? Like you would have to go down so deep into the ground to get something that tall. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I think that's probably AI.
I digress.
If you're
It's not AI. People have been to it and touched it.
no, I mean AI is doing it. I don't know how, but I just blame AI or a millennial. If you're curious about UFO, then you might want to get tickets for a speaker that's coming to November. Nixa in November.
You guys, we are new at talking. And so I just want you to bear with us today because we don't know how to speak
Nixa
into a
in
microphone.
November.
Apparently.
What a
There you
professional
go.
broadcaster does is look ahead. And what I was doing was looking ahead, and those two words got mixed. So, you want to start this over?
No, I think it's great.
We're live.
Please.
You can't start it over. All right. The man who used to be in charge of the Pentagon's UFO investigation unit, so he seems like the real deal, is talking about what he knows. And I always wonder, what can he talk about without getting in trouble? You know what I mean? Because you can't just say anything that you get out of the Pentagon. So that makes me a little bit leery. I don't know. Lou Elizondo is coming to the Ados Center in Nixa with an event called Universal Truth. The evidence is clear. We are not alone. That's spooky.
Listen, I don't want to go to this, but I need a reporter to go and please report back to me.
Tickets go on sale tomorrow at 8 a.m. Yeah, because you're interested in what he has to say.
Okay, maybe I'm curious. I'm curious.
He has credentials, and we all know that the government is always covering up stuff, right? The government is never telling us the full truth of anything.
Ethan lives with a glass that's half empty. You just need to know that about him.
No, I mean the government. That's what they're doing. That's why.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's certain
some of the
things
files are still blocked out.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, on to happier news.
They don't trust that we can handle it.
Yeah.
They're probably right.
This coming Saturday, you will have the opportunity to help St. Jude Hospital, which they do amazing work. It is the St. Jude Walk Run for Springfield happening at Hammons Field. The proceeds help support St. Jude Hospital. And if you're not familiar, the kids who are treated there, most of them with very, very serious conditions, never receive a bill from St. Jude. And that is incredible. No bill for treatment, travel, housing, food, nothing. Because they do events like this and raise money to help with the cost of operations. So it's a free event happening on Saturday, Hammons Field. Bring the whole family. Sign up right now. Just go to St. Jude Springfield Walk Run. There you go. So
yeah, that's great.
Really
that's
cool.
A good event. And it's the season for walks, all those outdoor events.
Yeah. And I did the St. Jude half marathon last December, and it was phenomenal.
Why did they do that in December, by the way?
A lot of people who run mileage, because there's a marathon and half marathon, they don't have the shorter distances there. And it is preferable to run in really. Your wife is the weirdo, not everybody else. So I like to run in hot weather. I don't know why, because it's hot and stifling, but most people prefer to run a marathon in cold weather.
Well, the race that you were just talking about in the wintertime is also in Memphis, right? So it's warmer. Yeah,
you go through the campus of St. Jude. Yeah, so it's warmer there than it is here, but it was still cold.
Yeah.
It's just cool. It's so well done, and you get to see people who have been beneficiaries of St. Jude and their families, and it's neat. Anyway, so
right.
this Saturday at Hammons Field. Also on Saturday is the Cattle Barons Ball, which a lot of people are familiar with that one. It is happening at the new Wilson Logistics Arena at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds.
Yeah.
It's a fancy evening. Wear your best attire to benefit the American Cancer Society. They say dress to impress in your finest Western chic attire.
Western chic. I don't know if I have Western chic.
You know who has it?
I could get it.
Maria Nider. Maria, if you're watching this, I need to borrow your clothing. because it is a fun event. I know in the past, at least, she used to MC it. And it was always fun for her to go to like PFI, which is now Cavender's, right? And shop. Anyway, fun times. But there is live music, food, live auction, silent auction. You can find all the information at Cattle Barons Ball, SWMO, so southwestmissouri.org. Cattle Barons Ball, SWMO.org.
Yeah, because you have to get those tickets in advance, right? Just show up.
Yeah, correct.
Cool.
All right. And then we don't want to forget about our contest.
Yep.
It is contest time and somebody's got to win. And we often give away Chiefs tickets when they're playing at Arrowhead. But right now, the competition is for a McCole Hardman signed jersey.
Yeah.
Which he's amazing. He's like a Super Bowl hero at this point.
Yep.
He also won you will also win the Branson official vacation destination of the KC Chiefs custom gear.
That's pretty cool. Those are great
I know
gifts.
that's a mouthful, but that's
all
what
you
you're going to get.
All
Is
you have to do is enter a contest. Yeah.
Do you remember the keyword, Ethan?
Is it? Well, I don't want to ask because then I'm going to confuse people.
It's dining.
Dining. That's what I was going to say. The key word is dining.
You sound like the Star Wars
professional. I sound like a professional from a game show.
That too. Anyway, so make sure that you remember that keyword because when you go to aroundtheozarks.com, click on contest Branson Bowl, and you'll need the keyword to win. So make sure you do that. Today is Tuesday. So you have Tuesday and Wednesday to enter. We will draw on Thursday and we will announce the winner on Friday.
That's true. Although that's true.
There you go.
Can I talk about the weather now?
Yeah.
Yesterday was a rough day for me in many respects because I woke up, I went outside, and in the summertime, I have a Jeep that I keep the top off of. It's a 1995 Jeep. I bought it new in 95 in Las Vegas.
Oh, I thought it was a 90. I've been wrong all along.
No, that's your niece. Mine's a 95, and I've had it since I bought it. And now it's a great third car, which it always has been. But I didn't drive it as a third car. It was my main car. But anyway, I keep the top off it all summer long, and I keep it in the garage. So I parked my car outside during the summer because I don't mind getting in a hot car. Just turn on the air conditioning, right? So in the wintertime, I moved the Jeep over to the third garage, and it basically stays there. I put the top back on. It stays there all winter, and I park my car in the garage because I don't like to be cold. I don't like to get into a cold car. Well, yesterday morning, I went outside, and it was very brisk. And for the first time, I think it's the earliest ever in my history, but I turned on the seat warmers on September 9th. Is that what it was yesterday?
Yeah.
September 9th. I turned on the seat warmers. And then last night, I got home from work, ran the kids around to practice. Anyway, I'm in for the night. And I was like, man, oh man, it's a little cool in the house. So and I talked to Griffin about this, and he advised me the right way, honestly. I said, man, do I go sweatpants tonight? And basically I'm done with shorts around the house until probably April. And he thought about it for a second. He said, yeah, I think you got to go sweatpants. So I went sweatpants last night. I now lounge around the house in sweatpants rather than shorts, just so I can stay warm. So that's an official sign that fall is here. And you can now go get your pumpkin spice drink. Although I don't allow them in my house until October.
Yeah. Well,
that's a rule.
What about when you're not here?
Nothing pumpkin in the house until October at the earliest.
Okay. Well, if you must know, when you go run, I don't go run. Well, that's true. But when people go run and you look at the temperature, you're supposed to add 10 degrees and dress for that temperature. 10 degrees colder. Warmer. And it was funny because I showed up last week to run with my friends. Again, this is like well before sunup. And they have on insanely short shorts and sports bras. Now, listen, these are 50-year-old women going on 18-year-old bodies. That's the truth. But I'm like, what are you trying to prove? They're like, what do you mean? What are we trying to prove? It's hot. I'm in like sweatpants and a parka and like an ear warmer and gloves. Like, this is how I feel about it. This is how I
you're
feel
right.
about it.
You're right. And
yesterday morning when we woke up, what's the temperature right now? Yesterday morning was 49 degrees.
Yeah, that's absurd.
49 degrees.
That's completely absurd and frankly uncalled for.
It's uncalled for.
This time of year.
It's upsetting. When you say that we can't move, when you said that earlier, I'm like, yeah, we actually can to the equator.
The problem is they pay in
We're going to the equator.
Yeah. You know, you have that rule with running. It's the opposite rule whenever I go to soccer. It's 10
you guys,
to 15.
Ethan, this is just a fun little tidbit about Ethan's personality. He was looking like he was doing really hard work. And I was like, I wonder what he's doing. Hard work. He was carrying his tub, like his plastic bin. Some might call it a tub because it's big, full of blankets, hats, scarves, mittens, coats, rain jackets. I'm sure that there's probably
umbrellas,
extra socks, possibly underwear. I don't know.
Yeah.
All in wool, like wool material, because he's going to the soccer field. Allison Sports Town.
No, not because I was going there, because the season is shifting, as we've been talking about. And from here on out, I don't know what I'm going to get at the soccer field. We were going to Wichita. I don't know what the weather's like in Wichita. I ended up on Sunday sitting outside in shorts and a short sleeve shirt, which I didn't think I'd do. But going forward, the weather can be anything. And we go all over the place to play soccer. Last year, it was Kansas City all the time. And it could be 30 to 40 degrees different in Kansas City on a soccer field than it is in Springfield, Mo. So I have everything. I put everything I folded it up. It's all in my bin that will stay in my car.
Preparedness.
Until May.
It's the name of the game.
So I can get through the winter.
Be prepared.
Yeah, I am. I am prepared.
Ready for
anything. I don't
anything.
like cold weather. You got to be ready for that.
Ready for anything.
All right. That's probably it.
Anywho, all right. Tune in. Abby's next, and she's phenomenal. So she'll let you know what we can expect.
Yep. Have a great day, and we'll see you Wednesday.
Bye.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Rescue Towing and Command Family Medicine. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Tuesday. It's September 10th, and we are waking up with temperatures that are a bit warmer this morning. Numbers starting out near 50 degrees opposed to the 40s that we had the last couple of mornings. So a bit of a warm up today, and that's a trend that you'll see in the forecast as we head closer to the middle of the week. Afternoon highs will be a degree or two warmer than we were yesterday as well, with temperatures likely topping out in the middle 80s today. We'll be close to seasonal averages in a few spots, but still running slightly below average. We'll add about a degree or two to the low temperature and the high temperature for the next couple of days. So warming up just slightly here in the Ozarks, but overall, it's still really nice across the region. We now have Tropical Storm Francine down in the Gulf, so kind of all eyes on the Gulf. That's where all the activity is centered across the country today. We are still experiencing high pressure in control of our weather pattern, which means sunshine, temperatures that warm up a little bit for us today. I don't think we have any rainfall in the forecast today. We will see temperatures climb into the mid and upper 80s as we head into Wednesday. As I mentioned, overall, it's a nice week, but I do have a small chance for rain. I'm calling it about a 30% chance for some showers by Thursday. There will be some cloud cover in the region working its way in as early as Wednesday, too. Few places may even hit 90 degrees on Wednesday, and then we'll cool it back down a bit as we head closer to Thursday and Friday. The best chance for rain in the Ozarks as we head closer to Thursday is going to happen in our southeastern counties, and it's actually due to remnants of Tropical Storm Francine. So it does look like they'll make their way into portions of southern Arkansas. The Ozarks kind of on the fringe of getting some of those very beneficial rainfall benefits from the tropical storm. However, I think this kind of just skates southeast of the area. So we're not looking at a lot of rain, and it's not for everybody. If you're listening along and north of I-44, you may not get anything with the rainfall this week at all, which will leave things feeling very dry by the time we wrap up the work week. I expect that we will see temperatures that stay in the 80s through much of the end of the work week and into the weekend. By the way, that storm expecting to impact much of the Gulf side of Texas, Louisiana, and then turn and move off into the panhandle of Florida. That's where all the heavy rain is going to be located today. Heavy rain and risks of flash flooding will be the concern through midweek for our friends down south. Also, dangerous heat still ongoing for much of the southwestern portion of the country. We had dangerous heat for portions of California yesterday. Also, critical fire danger, and now, therefore, air quality warnings for the Great Basin region as fire season ramps up out west. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. The question that I left you with yesterday, kind of a fun one, some bird knowledge. If you know this one, which bird has the largest wingspan? Do you think it is A, the eagle, B, albatross, C, vulture, or D, flamingo? It is actually B, albatross. I did not know this one. The wandering albatross has the largest wingspan of any living bird. It averages about 8 to 11 feet wingtip to wingtip. The largest wingspan ever recorded for a wandering albatross was 12 feet long. It is a seabird that can migrate up to 120,000 kilometers a year. Sometimes it will circle the Southern Ocean multiple times. Its long, streamlined wings help it catch wind and glide for hours without ever flapping its wings. I think I would be scared if I saw a wandering albatross. Is that a dragon? But that wingspan is larger than others of the list there. Others that top the list, a bearded vulture, average wingspan 9.8 feet. The great white pelican, 11.8 feet. So that's pretty large. Very close to the albatross, in fact. Swan and a golden eagle is about 8 feet. So now you know. Congrats if B, albatross was your guess. Here's your next chance to win. It's a $50 gift card to Habaneros on South Campbell. That's the giveaway that we have for you this week. Here's your next chance to win. What fruit is the most eaten in the world? Do you think it's A, apples, B, bananas, C, oranges, or D, strawberries? If you would like to take a stab at this one, you can head on over to the website. You'll find the contest there. It's free to enter. Just head to the website, surroundtheozarks.com. Thanks so much for listening this morning, and thank you to Command Family Medicine and Rescue Towing for sponsoring Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. Have a fantastic day. Grab your sunglasses as you're heading out.